Yes, thanks for staying with us. We're into the last quarter on the sports show. You know, sometimes we talk about great sportsmanship, and we've seen lots of it over the journey.
Yep.
This one got me last weekend. There was the athletics on in Sydney.
Yes.
Now, there's a girl called Nina Kennedy, who's pole vaulter. Very good pole vaulter, and close to breaking a record that's been sitting there for about 5 or 6 years at 4.81. So she jumps, her first jump, 4.82, breaks the record. So she's broken the Australian record, which is fantastic for Kennedy to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I'm thinking, gee, that's great. Now there's a little twist in it. Yeah. Here's the twist. So she had some new poles that she'd been jumping with previously and just wasn't able to get up and get over the distance.
Yeah.
So the woman that held the previous record, Alana Boyd, who was a 2-time Commonwealth Games champion, Alana lent her pole. So she's jumped with Alana Boyd's pole to break her record.
Broke Alana's record.
And then as said to Alana, I want to thank Alana after for lending me the pole. Now, I don't know about you. If someone's trying to break my record, I'm not sure I'd go, okay, look, you can borrow my pole because it's a pretty good one. So well done by Kennedy to set a new pole vaulting record for Australian women, but also fantastic by Alana Boyd to allow her to use her pole to break her record.
Wow,
so
that's interesting, isn't it?
Stood there for 5 years. So.
I'd have the pole drug tested.
Not Alana or Nina.
No, the pole, mate. Well, that is great, isn't it? That is
it's just great sportsmanship.
They probably know each other pretty well.
Of course.
And whatever. But it is great sportsmanship because I'd be tempted to say, I'd be very tempted to go, look, there's a bit of a crack in the bottom of this one, so you...
No good.
You wouldn't, you use your own.
So you wonder what level, you know, it's easy to say, yeah, I'd do that, but when push comes to shove, we're that great kind of sports person, so well done for that one. Mate, your boy, Rashid Khan, has broken a record over the weekend, of course, playing for Afghanistan. He's the spin bowler, which, by the way, Dizzy Gillespie identified and brought out to Australia. And everyone said, I don't know about this. Now he's turned out to be an absolute superstar.
Yes.
Anyway, on the week against Zimbabwe in one of the test games there, he's bowled 99.2 overs. So, and he took 11 for 275, 20 maidens in that. Shane Warne's record was the one he broke. Warney had a record of 98 overs, and that was against South Africa back in 2002. And Warney took 8 for 231. But that's not the record. There's a little Sri Lankan fella, your favourite.
Murali,
who you think's a bit of a chucker.
Well, he threw down a few overs.
Back in 1998, Murali bowled 113.5 overs against England. Now, if you think about it, I mean, you've played Test cricket, so you know that. But I guess two things. Fantastic by Rashid. He's a ripping bloke that he's been able to set that. But to bowl that many overs in a Test, 99. Overs, that's a lot of overs. That's a lot, isn't it? But it shows that he's not only great at T20 now, it also shows he's great at Test cricket. By the way, they beat Zimbabwe.
So. Well, I think Afghanistan made about 580 or something. It was something ridiculous. So, and he would have had to bowl. It sounds like it was a road. They're bowling on a road here because if he has to bowl 99 overs, then it's a road.
It's a road.
Because he's an extremely high-class spinner. That's what he is. He doesn't need to bowl 99. Neither does Warney. So for those guys to be bowling that many overs, it's a road. You and I could bat on it.
On the road. Well, I don't know if I could.
That's great.
Yeah. So, and he's one of ours, of course. We've adopted him because he's in the T20.
And you've got to be fit.
With the strikers. Last one before we go. If COVID was to strike, there's a fairly strong story right now. If COVID strikes, the hub won't be in Queensland as it was last season. It'll be in Victoria. All set to go. So and it makes sense, doesn't it? 10 teams in Victoria.
I think it makes sense,
they've got all the facilities there. But, you know, the point you raised, we had a bit of a chat about it before, is a really valid one. What if COVID's in Melbourne?
Yeah, that's right.
You go, well, do we need to get out and get to Queensland? They're saying, no problem. We've got it set up so no matter where it is, we can hub, everything goes ahead.
In Melbourne.
Is that the right decision?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it makes sense. You said it. It makes sense to me because you got majority of the teams are there in Melbourne. So it makes sense. It just makes sense. I know people will say, bloody Victorians, you know, here they go again, you know. But no, in fairness, everything's there.
Well, there's 10 teams. And they've got all the facilities, so it's much easier.
A couple of very good grounds. They got everything. They got everything.
Perfect. The new concussion rule?
I like the idea of a 23rd player. But I more than like the idea of what Gill's come out and said now, that it doesn't necessarily have to be a concussion player. So it can be a serious injury player. So if you go down with a knee in the first minute, we can replace you straight away. I like that idea. I like the concussion idea, but I like the 23rd player in case a side is disadvantaged by losing a really good player in the first minute, which can happen.
Yep.
Didn't it? So I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, okay, all right. Hey, last one before we go. Russell Ebert at the moment in hospital, and hopefully our best wishes to Russ and his family.
Absolutely.
Young son Brett got married on the weekend.
Yeah.
Amazing, there's always a bit of sunlight in there at some stages.
And you know, he was a terrific footballer, Brett.
Yep.
Terrific footballer, terrific guy, horrific dancer. That's all I can say. He's a great player, great
Well, we'll see if we can get some feedback on how Brett was at the wedding waltz, shall we?
Mate, it was he's either a shocking dancer or he's overindulged. That's all I can
Well,
say.
I hope it was a great wedding for Brett and his wife, and for Russ, hope you're travelling well, mate.
Yeah,
Hope you've enjoyed
good
the
luck.
show, everybody. Time for us to say goodbye. Hope we can see you next week. Bye for now.